Okay, so there's this one number that separates broke people from rich people, and it's not what you think. Most finance gurus, the guys in the slick suits, will tell you it's $1 million, or maybe it's hitting that six-figure salary. Wrong. The real number, the one that truly changes the game, is way smaller, and honestly, it's a little weird. It's $20,000, and once you hit it, everything changes. I'm obsessed with money psychology, the real reasons why some people seem to effortlessly build wealth while others work 80-hour weeks and stay trapped forever. And today, we're going to talk about the actual cheat code, not the stuff your guidance counselor told you. Here's the thing nobody tells you about building wealth. It's like pushing a massive boulder up a steep hill. At first, it's brutal. You're sweating, straining, questioning every life choice that led you to this moment. You're putting in a heroic effort and making what feels like zero progress. But once you heave that boulder over the crest of the hill, it doesn't just stop. It flies down the other side, picking up speed on its own. $20,000 is that tipping point. Before you hit that number, you are fighting financial gravity with every single dollar you earn. After you hit it, gravity starts working for you. And the craziest part? Most people have no idea this threshold even exists. To understand why, you have to look at what's happening inside your brain. When you're broke, your brain is stuck in survival mode. It's a primal fight or flight state. Every decision you make, big or small, is filtered through a lens of fear. You take the first job offer you get, even if it has red flags all over it, because the risk of holding out for something better feels terrifying. You stay in jobs you hate, relationships you've outgrown, or apartments that are draining you because leaving feels like stepping off a cliff. You say yes to things you don't want to do because you simply need the money. It's like trying to meticulously plan a 5-year life strategy while your house is literally on fire. Your only thought is put out the fire. But when you cross that $20,000 mark, your brain gets a software update. It unlocks a whole new operating system. Suddenly, the question isn't, how do I survive until my next paycheck? The question becomes, how do I multiply this? How do I 10x this money? You shift from being purely reactive to life's punches to being proactive about building the life you want. And that, right there, is where the magic begins. Now, if you think that sounds a little too philosophical, let's look at the cold hard math, because this is the part that will absolutely blow your mind. Let's say your goal is to save money and you're disciplined. You're putting away $1,000 a month and earning a pretty standard 8% return in an investment account. To get to your first $20,000, it will take you about 19 months. That's a year and a half of serious focus, of sacrificing brunches and impulse buys. And let's be honest, this is where most people quit. The grind feels endless and the reward seems distant. But here's what happens next. Your second $20,000, that only takes 17 months. Wait, what? You did the exact same work. You saved the exact same $1,000 a month, but you shaved 2 full months off the timeline. How is that possible? It's because your first $20,000 is now an employee working for you 24/7. It's in the market generating its own returns while you sleep, while you're at work, while you're binging a new show. Your money is now making money. By the time you get to your third 20,000, it's even faster. And here's the part that sounds completely fake but is 100% true. Once your portfolio hits $400,000, you can generate the next 20,000 in just 5 months. The same amount that took you almost 2 years of grinding at the start now happens automatically, almost as a background process. That first milestone feels impossible, but every single one after that feels like the game switched to easy mode. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this must be where the secret rich people stuff comes in, the Illuminati hedge funds, the secret clubs. And sure, at the billionaire level, there's some of that. But what's happening at the $20,000 level isn't a secret at all. It's way simpler and frankly, way more encouraging. It's just math working in your favor. Think about it. When you invest $1,000 and it grows by 10%, you make $100. Cool, a nice dinner out. But take that same 10% return and apply it to $10,000, you just made $1,000. Same investment, same risk, same percentage, just bigger numbers. This is why $20,000 feels like unlocking a superpower. Before that, a 10% return on, say, $2,000 is 200 bucks. Nice, but it's not life-changing. But 10% on 20,000, that's $2,000. Now we're talking about real money. With a $20,000 portfolio earning 8% annually, that's an extra $1,600 flowing into your account over a year without you lifting a finger. That's money you didn't have to trade hours of your life for at a 9 to 5. But here's what most people completely miss. This might be the most important part of this entire idea. When you save $20,000, you didn't just stack some cash. You rewired your brain. You literally became a different person. Think about what it takes for an ordinary person to save that much from zero. Unless you have a massive income or live rent-free, this requires serious, sustained discipline. You had to track your spending. You had to say no to things you wanted in the moment. You resisted the temptation to blow it all on a new phone or concert tickets. And you did this consistently for months. Through that process, you proved to yourself that you control your money, not the other way around. That's not just a financial skill, that's a life skill. And that new identity unlocks a new world. Suddenly, you start seeing opportunities instead of just threats. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, every unexpected expense is a full-blown disaster. Your car breaks down, it's a financial emergency. Your laptop dies, the whole month is ruined. Your rent goes up, it's an existential crisis. But with 20K cushion, the car needs repairs, annoying, but it's manageable. Your laptop dies, okay, time for an upgrade. Rent goes up, maybe this is the push I need to finally negotiate that raise or look for a better job. Even better, you start to notice opportunities that were always there but were invisible to you because you couldn't afford to even consider them. Your friend is starting a business and needs a small seed investment. Before, you'd say, "That's cool, good luck." Now you say, "Interesting, let me see the numbers." You see a great deal on a rental property in an up-and-coming neighborhood. Before, you'd scroll past it on Zillow and feel a pang of sadness. Now you actually analyze it. This is what wealthy people mean when they say money goes to money. It's not a conspiracy, it's just that having capital gives you options, and options create more opportunities to create more capital. Now, let's talk about your career, because what $20,000 does for your professional life is where things get really powerful. When you're broke, you are a hostage to your job. Your boss could be a nightmare, the work could be soul-crushing, but you can't leave. You need that next check to survive. This puts you in the weakest negotiating position imaginable. You can't ask for a raise because you're afraid you'll get fired. You can't push back on unreasonable demands because you need the job. But with $20,000, that's what I call walking away money. It means you could quit your job tomorrow and survive for months while you find something better. This doesn't mean you should go flip a table at the office. It just means you start negotiating from a position of strength, not desperation. And the crazy part is, you often don't even need to use it. Just having that safety net changes your entire demeanor. You become more confident, more assertive, more willing to take calculated risks. And people notice, your boss notices. Suddenly, you're the one getting the better projects, the recognition, and yes, the money. It's a secret superpower you hope to never use, but knowing it's there changes everything. Okay, so you've done the hard work, you've hit the 20K. Here is where most people completely screw it all up. They feel that psychological shift, that relief, and they immediately blow it on something stupid, a new car, an extravagant vacation. They think, "I've earned this." Stop. That $20,000 is not a reward. It is the foundation. It is the seed that grows into the tree of your financial future. And here's a fact that should make you laugh or cry. The average person spends more money on their car over their lifetime than it would take to achieve complete financial independence. Between payments, insurance, gas, and maintenance, it's easily $600 or $700 a month. Over 40 years, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars going up in smoke. And the moment you drive a new car off the lot, it loses 20% of its value. You're literally lighting wealth on fire. This is where having that 20K changes your entire perspective. The question you ask yourself before a big purchase shifts. It's no longer, "Can I afford the monthly payment?" It becomes, "What is this really costing me in opportunity?" That $30,000 car isn't just $30,000. It's the $200,000 it could have become in your investment account over the next 20 years. Suddenly, driving a reliable used car doesn't feel like a sacrifice. It feels like a brilliant strategic choice that's funding your future freedom.
This mindset extends to everything: housing, vacations, hobbies. It's not about becoming a miser who never enjoys life, it's about becoming intentional. You stop letting money slip away on things that don't actually move the needle for your happiness, and you start directing it with purpose. You're not depriving yourself, you're choosing your future over a temporary dopamine hit. Look, $20,000 isn't going to make you rich overnight, but it will fundamentally change the game. It's the line between surviving and thriving. It's the difference between reacting to life and designing it. Start building that foundation because your future self is counting on the decisions you make right now. Trust me, they'll thank you for it.